وصديقي وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهادي هادي محمد قال الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر قال رسول الله الدين نصيحة. Dear brothers and sisters, inshallah, before I begin, I want to ask you a question. I want you to picture yourself sitting in a 5-foot by 8-foot cell in San Quentin State Prison. 5 foot by 8 foot in San Quentin State Prison. Okay? I want you to picture yourself sitting in this cell. And then I want you to picture yourself sitting in this cell with 25 to life as a sentence, knowing that you will, considering the way California prisons are, end up doing the rest of your life in this prison, that you will never see the streets again. I want you to picture yourself in this little cell with this on your mind. Then on top of that, I want you to imagine yourself in this situation, knowing that you didn't commit the crime, knowing that you were innocent, facing an eternity in a 5 by 8 cell. This is what I was faced with. I had 25 to life for instigating a fist fight, a crime that I didn't even commit. And I was sitting there stressed out. I'll be honest with you, it was very stressful to imagine the rest of your life in this prison. So in this situation, what would you need to survive, to make sure that you can go on and live? You need hope. You need to have hope. You need to have hope that Allah will somehow intervene and spare me from this. And today, inshallah, I will tell you the source of my hope, where that hope came from. I did 17 years in that condition for a crime I didn't even commit. 17 years. I was 24 when I went in. I'm 41 right now. 17 years was in that condition. But one day it came to me, I was in what they call solitary confinement, and one day it came to me, the source of this hope, on reading Surah Asr. In this surah, this is a very unique surah of the Quran. It is one of the shortest surahs in the Quran with one of the most profound meanings. In this surah is embodied the entire message of what it means to be a human being and what it means in terms of your ibadah to your Lord, in terms of your obligations to your Lord, in terms of your obligations to your family and to your community. It's all in this surah. Inshallah, I will show you. It hit me one day because of the way the surah starts off. The surah starts off, wal asr. In this surah, Allah swears to us by time. At first I didn't understand that. What does it mean, I swear to you by time? In other portions of the Quran, he swears to us by washams, the sun, wal-ard, the earth. He swears to us by things that we can look at, things that we can measure, things that we can identify with. And in those surahs that he swears by those things, then he tells us a message that correlates with those items that he's swearing by. But let's get to the part about the swearing. Why does Allah have to swear? Is it not enough for Allah to simply say, do this, and we do it? Why does he have to swear to us? It is no different than as kids, we used to swear to each other. I swear to you, man, that this is the truth. Like kids nowadays, man, I'll put that on my mama that this is the truth. So you know when the kid tells you, man, I'll put that on my mama, the rest of the kids are like, oh, he must be telling you the truth because he wouldn't tell you, he puts it on his mama. This is like the ultimate thing of, believe me, I'll put it on this. Sometimes we say, I'll put it on my honor, I'll put it on this, that what I'm telling you is the truth, which means that there's no reason for me to lie after this point. But Allah puts it on time. Why time? I said it's not just time though. I said, this Arabic word is not just time. It is chronological time. And he swears to us by time that was, time that is, and time that will be. Chronological time. He swears, Innal insana lafi khusr. Surely, surely, al-insan, mankind. Not just certain mankind, al-insan, all mankind. Lafi, and why does he say lafi? He already told you inna, which I'm pretty sure all you brothers that know Arabic, inna means surely, without a doubt. But then he reinforces that by saying lafi. Surely, without a doubt, inna al-insana, man, khusr, is lost. But khusr is not just lost. Khusr is an interesting word. It came to me while I was in solitary confinement, looking at the surah, and it started jumping out at me. That I'm not just in loss. Khusr is in the past. It is something that an act that has been done. You are lost. You've been had. There's no get back. You're done. This is what Allah is saying. Mankind, you are done. You are lost. There is no get back from this. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, except for those who believe. On reading this, it hit me. This is why I'm in the hole, what we call solitary confinement. This is why I'm in prison. Allah is swearing to me that إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, until I believe, until I do good deeds, that I will always be in loss. That I have already, it's over for me until I believe. But I ask myself, I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. By virtue of me being born in a Muslim family, I must have believed, right? Because I'm a Muslim. No. Belief is not just being born in a Muslim family. Belief is not just something you say. Belief is something deep down inside. I didn't believe. It's shameful for me to say that. I did not believe deep down inside. Because had I believed deep down inside, then my external actions would have been the manifestation of that belief. Because it says, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Read through the Quran how many times Allah says amanu, and he backs it up by saying amilu salihat. Read the Quran. He tells you just your verbal belief is not enough. My name, Sajjad Shakur. You read that and say, oh, he must be a Muslim. Look at the name. Then they look at me and say, oh, he looks like a Muslim. He talks like a Muslim. But these things are not the manifestation of Islam. The manifestation of Islam, Amilu Salihat. Believe and do good deeds. So it hit me. I have to believe. What must I believe? I must believe that no matter what happens, Allah is in control. No matter what happens, Allah is in control. That Allah's power, His qadr, supersedes anything here. And then if I reinforce that with good deeds, then Allah swears to me that you will not be in loss. You will never lose if you believe and do good deeds. Believe with your heart and do good deeds, you will never lose. But that wasn't enough though. That's the beauty of this surah. It wasn't enough. It hit me right then and there that, oh no, this can't be enough. وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. وَتَوَاسَوْا comes from wasiya. In Pakistan and India, we usually say that to one another. Isko wasiya lana, which means that to give them not just advice, but to encourage. Wasiya is not just a verbal thing. I want you to look at how Allah has laid this out for you. Believe, amal. Believe with your words, amal. Do with your deeds. Wasiya is not like nasiha. Wasiya is a completely different word. Wasiya is not just something you do verbally, advise. No, wasiya is to physically encourage. To invite, not just to advise, but to invite is what wasiya is. وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. Invite to the truth, invite to justice. وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Invite to sabr. And what is sabr? Sabr is not literally patience like what you do at the DMV. You're waiting in line for 2 or 3 hours. Oh, brother, just have sabr, brother. It is DMV. No, that is not. That's one form of sabr. Sabr literally means to restrain yourself. Literally, that's what sabr means. So if I'm in the DMV line and if I'm practicing sabr, it literally means I'm restraining myself from anger or from other vices. Restraining myself from throwing something at the person in front of me for taking too long. No, restraint is what sabr is. Invite to restraint. Invite to forbidding what's wrong and inviting to what is good. So that's when it hit me. I have to believe, I have to do good deeds in my individual self, and I have to invite in my communal self. I have to talk to the brothers in the prison. I have to invite them to Islam. I have to invite to what is good and forbid what is wrong. Wallahi, as soon as I started doing that, and I swear to you right now, wallahi, I swear to you by Allah that as soon as I started doing that, my life changed. I'll tell you how it changed. I started a group. I started a group called Hope for Strikers, for 3 strikers. First, I started educating myself, and then by virtue of that education, alhamdulillah, Allah put it on my heart to help other people, and I started a group. 3 years after we started that group, some people from Stanford came, and they talked to us. After they left San Quentin, the lady told her husband, I didn't know who these people were at the time, I just knew one of the professors, and I invited them to come talk to us. She told her husband on the way back, she told her husband, I don't care what you do, you get that man out of prison. So her husband went to Professor Romano. I know this story because when I got out of prison, I went to Stanford to thank Professor Romano for helping us, and he told me this story in front of his students. He says, you guys need to thank this man. He's the reason why the 3 strikes law was changed. And I said, what do you mean I'm the reason why 3 strikes law was changed? So he told the story. He says that when they came back, Anne told her husband, I don't care what you do, get that man out of prison. He went to Professor Romano and asked Professor Romano, how much do you need to change this law? Professor Romano gave him a figure and he wrote a check right there. The check was it was in the millions. This guy's a billionaire. It was nothing for him for a few $1 million. Why? Allah put it in their heart, and there's nothing more mysterious than that, man. There is no mystery. This is not the religion where we say God works in mysterious ways. God does not work in mysterious ways in Islam. God works in visible ways. That's why He calls them ayat. That's why in the Quran He says, "Fasiru fil ardi." Go travel through the earth. Look at my ayats. I am telling you how I work. You do these 4 things. You believe in me, you do good deeds, you take care of your community, you stand up for your community, you be patient and hold fast in the face of temptations. I will protect you. This is how Allah works. There's no mystery here. This is not the religion of, God works in mysterious ways. And if you just believe, no. This is not that religion where you could just do whatever you want all week and come in 1 day a week, oh God, please forgive me, and you're forgiven. This is not that religion. This is the religion where you do and you believe and you take care of your community, and then Allah protects you. He swears to you that He will protect you. Just like He swears in the same surah that if you don't do this, I won't protect you. He swears that too. Anyway, this lady was Jewish. I want that to sink in a little bit. The reason why I say that is because we sometimes label people. I know because they've labeled me. They look at me and say, man, that dude look like a Taliban, man. And then anything good that I may have to say or do gets thrown out the window because they've placed this label on me. And they filter everything that I may say or do through that label. I get that a lot. Imagine looking like this, wearing this, and being in the prison in America, and being the only Pakistani in prison. Imagine that. So I know what it is to get labeled. But these people, Allah moved them. This is how Allah works. Allah moved them. Yeah, they were Jewish people. And they looked at somebody like this, and they said, this man does not belong in prison. Allah moved their heart just a little bit, man. And this is how Allah works. 3,000 other people got out this year actually. I've only been out of prison 5 months. 3,000 other people got out because Allah moved their heart. Why did Allah move their heart? Because one guy decided to say, I'm going to believe, I'm going to do good deeds, I'm going to take care of my community. At the time, my community was San Quentin State Prison. And since I've been out, alhamdulillah, I've been doing the same thing. I've been following that recipe. It's a very short recipe. It's only 4 things. Believe, do good deeds, وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاسَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. That's it. It's just 4 things that we have to do. And alhamdulillah, I'm so glad to have met Brother Musa the other day. And why did I meet Brother Musa the other day? Because since I got out, I've been actively doing the same thing. Believing, doing good deeds, and trying to get involved in my community as much as possible. And the reason why I do this, Allah swore His protection on this. Just like He swore, if you don't do these 4 things, I'll deal with you. Just like I dealt with all the ones before you who didn't do these 4 things. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على خير المرسلين محمد وعلى أهله وأصحابه أجمعين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين وأقيم الصلاة. وصديقي وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا. That you will never see the streets again. I want you to picture yourself in this little cell with this on your mind. Then on top of that, I want you to imagine yourself in this situation knowing that you didn't commit the crime, knowing that you were innocent, facing an eternity in a 5x8 cell. This is what I was faced with. I had فوزا عظيما فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهادي هادي محمد. قال الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. قال رسول الله الدين نصيحة. Dear brothers and sisters, inshallah, before I begin, I want to ask you a question. I want you to picture yourself sitting in a 5-foot by 8-foot cell in San Quentin State Prison. 5 foot by 8 foot in San Quentin State Prison. Okay? I want you to picture yourself sitting in this cell, and then I want you to picture yourself sitting in this cell with 25 to life as a sentence, knowing that you will, considering the way California prisons are, end up doing the rest of your life in this prison.